Do it again, Jake. Jake, come out here and show them what you got here. Dude, exactly. Nailed it. I'm Rich.
I'm Frank.
And it's People, Pints, and Possibilities.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get that one
We're
time.
just gonna
Welcome
reel of those.
to People, Pints, Possibilities podcast. We're here in beautiful Paso Robles, California, in the den at California Coast Beer Company. I'm the Vibe Titan.
Dabbler.
And we got a special guest today. Eddie's going to introduce himself, but before he gives us his nickname, I'm going to give you the rundown. You want to stick around for this guy because he's born in Mexico, found his way to the United States of America with little to no English. The guy is immersed himself in what we in what we do here and found a home here, even though he experienced culture shock and learned a new trade, picked up skills, and ended his career as a fire captain. And ultimately a DJ. You want to hear that? Wiki. Beautiful wife, Jen, who we know well, and a son, Eddie Jr.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Well, welcome.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks for having me. I'm a little nervous, but hey, let's go.
Dude, you don't have to be nervous.
You're a DJ.
can't
How are
be
you nervous?
I'm not DJing.
Oh, well, just imagine a birthday party.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. All right.
Here we
You're
go.
gonna do
We'll
great.
get you comfortable. Ready? To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right,
To the left, to the left. Are we going to do this? All
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
right, let's go.
I just watched.
All right.
I'm going to need a sip of this.
Frank,
Just
yeah,
two
loosen
of
it
them.
up. Don't worry, when you get a couple pints in, you can tell us any story you want. Here we go. All right, well, we always do this People, Pints, Possibilities. If you're out there, like and subscribe. Follow us, make a comment, send Eddie something, sign up, have him DJ your party. We'll tell you about that at the end.
Or graduation party.
Anything you want. Anything?
Bar mitzvahs.
Yeah,
Bar
you name it.
mitzvahs.
All right, People, Pints, Possibilities, Eddie. We've seen you around. People know you, but they don't know the guy. They don't know the man behind the mustache.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Joe, I've been working on that for a while.
Yeah, that was organic.
Yeah.
You're going to hear a lot more of those.
We're glad to have you, man. You, well, just a little background. This guy would not be denied around here, and he has added some amazing things in a great way. Has added some amazing things to Cal Coast Beer. So you are not only impressive in the story you're about to tell, but you're impressive by the way you've helped us to get better, and you're a part of the Cal Coast community. So we're very thankful for
Thanks,
you.
man. It's been awesome. It's a good ride.
Hell yeah. Well, let's hear about you. Let's talk about the history. We start with people, and you had to start somewhere. You had to learn some values and get some mentors and become you.
Yes, sir. I mean, family always, right? Grew up in a family of 6 brothers, myself, and my parents. And it was all straight up. You know, my dad would not take any baloney. Everything was like the way it's supposed to be. We all had things to do, and if you didn't do it, it was consequences. So,
What were those consequences?
belt.
Yeah.
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 First, you had a little warning because you heard the thing go like, yeah.
coming off.
They
Yep.
have belts in Mexico, too?
yeah.
How about wooden spoons?
Oh, no, yeah, no. My mom's thing, the favorite thing was like she'll cut like a piece of a garden hose.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Whaley.
that's-
Yeah.
Woo! She
Still apologizes for that, but hey, we did good.
Yeah, look at you now.
Like
Yeah,
a
big
garden
mom.
hose and nunchucks?
Yeah, no, don't give her any ideas, dude. She would have. I could tell you
Oh,
a picture of
man.
my mom going like that. It's like, what? Yeah.
Where were you
awesome.
born in Mexico?
Yeah, I was born about 100 miles south to Yuma, Arizona, in the Mexican desert. And
Okay.
from there, just because of my dad's work, we pretty much moved like. Just to give you an idea, I did elementary school in about 17 schools. We moved a lot.
Wow. What'd your dad do?
Elementary. I'm doing the math. Elementary and 17 schools is that's
Sometimes,
more than a few in a year.
yeah. So it kind of teaches you like how to make friends quick and how to forget friends quick. You know, it's like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I just want to know that Rich nailed that math.
Yeah, no, I did real quick. 12th grade, man, I graduated. Okay,
I tried to
17.
deflect because it was pretty fast.
Still have 5 more. Were you just moving around? Like, what was?
Yeah,
it?
no. So my dad was he was in sales and he just kept trying to open new areas and he never stopped. You know, so if he was able to, he was gonna open a different market. he will move, all 7 of us. He will go first, and then if he saw an opportunity, he'll move there. And we kind of jumped around because of that. But, he was always a positive move for us. A little hard sometimes, like I say, I made the joke about friends and such, but, I mean, it worked. It teaches you how to be resilient and how to just, adapt to the situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you could have been just nervous about it and in shell shock, but you went for it. Knowing your personality.
You kind of get used to being the new kid on the block. You know what I mean? The new kid in the classroom, the bathroom. I almost said bathroom.
Hey, you're the new
there
kid
too, I'm sure.
But it's like I assert dominance real quick in the bathrooms. Yeah.
Hey, everybody has their own style. Did you just pick the biggest guy and punch him in the face, or how did you do it? Like prison?
No. It's just you have to be faster than all of them.
All right, so you're growing up, you're moving around.
Yeah. So my dad kept doing that, and unfortunately, when I was very very young, he passed, and the moving stopped, right? And at the same time, it was kind of like one of those first times when he's like, we didn't know what to do. It was basically he run everything, and he had a lot of control over everything. So when he went, my older brothers didn't really have any hang on what we were doing. They worked for him, but they didn't have a lot of idea how to do the stuff that my dad didn't share. So he was teaching them skills, but he's not giving them leadership stuff. He was just kind of like, this is how you do it. But he never let go that direction. So
that was a big void in leadership in your family.
I think so, yeah. Well, my mom eventually filled it up, but she was always, talk to dad type of thing. But anyway, so what happened that it's like it got to the point that everybody was trying to like look around and see what's next, what we're gonna do. And we're all trying to figure it out at the same time, and I just couldn't do it. I kind of tried to figure out, like, how am I gonna move from now on? I can't be rowing the same boat with all these people, and nobody's rowing in the same way, Yeah. So I guess that's an analogy just popped in my head. So I was under 15 years old, and I moved out.
Wow.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it. So I stayed in school. And I just had to find something else to do. It got really, really bad. We were talking about it's like we went from being never rich, but really like 3 square meals and heat to like we're eating like 1 time a day. You know what I mean? So I tried to figure out how to not to be. I wasn't able to make things right, so I tried just to take some burden out. It was really tough for mom, but she understood when I told her. I was kind of mature for the age, I guess, and I just started moving out and trying to figure out what to do and. Just realized that if you work in restaurants, they feed you. So that was kind of how I started. I did a lot of restaurants and places like that when I will get my meal and they'd take some home, that kind of thing. And then, or if they have a nice little couch or somewhere to crash, that I did a few years like that until I cut my break.
You just had to respond to a tough situation and you recognized it and took hold of it, I guess.
It was great, man. Because like I said, I started and first it was just like washing some dishes and stuff, and then I worked for every food industry you can think of until so I learned how to cook. I never had a problem with cleaning. I waited, I bartended, and I just kept going and going and going. And then since I was learning new skills, then I will find a better job in that thing. Just kept on going. Like I said, I was able to finish high school, did a little bit of college, and all just doing kind of that type of job.
And you did that all on your own?
Solo, yeah.
Yeah, shoot, resilience, good job.
Dude, so do you think, Frank just alluded to the resilience, do you think that was out of necessity just from the situation, or you had that inside of you?
I couldn't tell you, man. It was just, to me, it was just, it's gonna sound cliche, but it was survival. It's like I just wanted to do wood. I didn't want to go back. I didn't want to come back like I didn't make it. I made a decision to leave. Bless you.
Sorry.
I made the decision to leave because I wanted to do something right, and I didn't want to come back. I was like, hey, I really need to come back and let's start rowing together again. So
were you still in Mexico at this time?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What part? Same area?
By the end, we were in this state called Nayarit State, which is basically mid Mexico, and that's when I actually did a part of my college and. But then I started feeling like I wasn't getting anywhere there, It's like it was just like do the same kind of thing, get a different job, do this, do that, and but it was all kind of the same realm of things. So eventually I wasn't the waiter. I mean, I became a manager a couple places, or I was like delivery guy on motorcycle, and I had like 3 jobs. The motorcycle was great. I don't know how I didn't kill myself in that thing. But it came to the time when just out of the blue, my friend is like, hey, let's go to Puerto Vallarta. And I'm like, well, that sounds fun. I'm not working tomorrow. Let's go. So
It is fun.
honestly, that was when everything just kind of snowballed on me. Right after getting to Puerto Vallarta, one of those things I tell people is like, it was like the right place at the right time I will say probably for the next 30 years from that point.
Wow. Oh, that was a defining moment right there.
It was, because like I said, in the small town where I was never gonna. I mean, I think if I never left, I'd still be there. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of those towns that you go back and the people that I was working with, most of them are still there. You know, just waiting to retire type stuff. And that's not what I wanted. So
There's a couple of key things in there. You were you didn't feel sorry for yourself when you could have, right? People would have allowed you when you were a kid and your father passed away, or some people turn to drugs, alcohol, whatever. You know, their life goes downhill. But you use that as a defining moment, and then on top of that, you're a risk taker because your buddy says, shit, let's go for this thing. And
Yeah.
you say, I'm on.
we had no plan.
I'm
We
in.
literally just got there with no plan. We're supposed to go back the next day, and just I skipped a few things. But when I was still in Mexico and stuff, I mean, I was working in bars and places like that underage, and I didn't supposed to. But hey,
No ABC.
Yeah.
no, well, there was, but it was like they always give us a heads up. I always look a little older, so I never had a problem.
Yep.
Um,
So you had to this is a life-changing decision. You get down there, and what is it that triggers that?
Well, talking, right? So we get this place called the Malecon, which is basically like the boardwalk there, right? And me and my friend just got off the bus. We're walking, and we start talking to these 3 chicks, right? And we're like, hey, what's up? What are you doing here, you know? And they're like, oh, we're here for an interview. And it's like, oh, really? For what? It's like, oh, sales. For what? We're just for like sales for timeshares or something. And we're like, really? What's timeshares? So,
you don't want to know.
and they're
Turn
like,
around.
so then what you doing? It's like, oh, so we go in and they pay you for the ticket of whatever you got here. So the boss, and then they give you a place to stay if you get the job, and then they give you a little bit of money for food for the first couple weeks until you make the first sale.
You're like, I think I love all of
Yeah.
this.
Thank you.
I walked into the interview and got the job.
I bet you did.
I think this is a theme for you.
Yeah.
So we did it, and I started doing that, and so they trained me on sales. I started doing all this stuff. It's all in English and in Spanish, and my English was not good, but I got pretty good at doing kind of my spills and just kind of like reading from the corner of my eye.
Dude, hold on. Hit us. Sell me a timeshare right now.
Hey, how you guys like Puerto Vallarta?
I love it.
Yeah, great. How about you just put all your chips in here? You keep coming back here every year because it's not going to have any money going anywhere else for the rest of your life.
Can I get 2 hours free on a jet ski?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And all I have to do is go to one long meeting.
Well, that was the thing. So I got caught real quick. So I did that for like 4 months, but that's exactly it. So I learned that, I mean, quid pro quo is a thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, if you do it, because people try to like, you know, DL and try. I was like, hey, here's the deal, man.
Yeah.
You want to go to a cruise? You know, like a booze cruise or, you know, the jet skis or whatever? Let's help each other here. You know what I mean? So it was like that. It's like,
Oh,
you go
yeah.
to this meeting, you tell them I sent you, I gave me $250 or whatever it was. You get your thing. And after that, that's when you tell them that you're both married, but not to each other. And they're going to send you home.
Just like my buddies in Vegas. Yep.
Yeah,
Timeshares didn't change even when you changed
Still rolling.
countries.
But yes, anyway, but that gave me a lot of exposures, gave me a ton of, I don't know, like practice with my English. And like I said, I just started picking up. And I had to get a hold of a dictionary because, I mean, it's back then we didn't have all those translators and all that stuff. So I started coming with different spills and the such. But people kind of liked that I was honest about it. And I was just kind of, I mean, they were like, hey, we're going to do it for you kind of thing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that helped out a ton.
Well, because you're likable, you're a friendly guy. You know, when you lead with that, people want to help you.
Well,
right?
you know, we were partying, you know, it's like I met all these people. I start just seeing what was happening. And then you see the people that work in the bars. And I'm like, well, maybe that's a possibility. And then I saw the people that work for hotels. And then they took us to the hotel for a couple of the places that we were selling.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go there and there's people working. And they go like, I'm like, what are those guys doing? And I was like, oh, basically it was MCs around the pool or dancing or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Activity
Yeah.
directors.
Yeah. Well, I got to do that.
Shocked.
Oh, and you got that job. Here we go.
Well, no, anyway, so I went there. Go ahead.
I need to clarify something real quick on the timeshare.
Yeah.
I might have misunderstood you. So if I was to go with my wife, do the whole timeshare thing, and then say we're not married, then they don't want us?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like they ask you guys married? Well, you have to be not married, though.
Oh.
If you guys have the same last name, I'm sure you can't get out of it. But there were people who was like, we're not married. Well, I'm married. How about
and
you?
you signed
Yes.
it.
Are you married to each other? No. It's like, I don't care. So they couldn't buy together.
So my next wife.
Yeah.
I just don't let them know.
Yeah, not.
True.
No, don't do it. Anyway, yeah. So where was I?
Well, yeah, I don't know. For the first time, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
You were getting by the pool. The
Oh,
pool
yeah, so-
honeys.
So anyway, I started doing this stuff, and then I was just, I was a little more athletic back then, and I was having a good time, and they started paying me. And then they're like, oh, by the way, if you do this, we'll give you an apartment, which is like 2 blocks out, and you can eat at the hotel. So I did that for a little bit, and I kind of, again, right place, right time. I had one of the guys for a Mexican beer company. It's called the guys that said Sol and Tecate and all that. One of the marketing guys was there in vacation, and he liked what I did with the microphone. And he's like, hey, guy. It's like, what's up? It's like, what's your name? And I'm like, Eddie. It's like, you think you can do this for a brand? And I'm like, yes. So they were like,
Definitely.
well, so that's how we started. It's like, well, here's what we're going to do. Is like, we're going to start this promotional team type stuff. I need you to try helping me out. We're going to put some together. So we started. I'm like, hey, you got a pickup? Yeah. Let's find 2 girls. So we had 2 really pretty girls in the back of the pickup and that. And we just got honking and throwing T-shirts and stuff. And that kind of evolved a little bit. I worked there for a little bit. We had more branding and the such, and then right place, right time. One guy from the brand from Mexico City comes down. He's like, "Hey, you think you can do this bigger events?" And I'm like, "Yes." So I end up doing like soccer games, fairs, anything. So I started doing like intros for concerts and I don't know, whatever they wanted me to do. And then it just kind of evolved into me being basically I was like in charge of coordination of events and marketing. So people will come to me and say, hey, I have this idea for an event and the such. And I mean, I'm fast forwarding a few years, of course.
Yeah.
But I got to the point when I had the checkbook from the company and it's like, they were like, hey, we want to do this and we'll put it together. And we did things like, all of a sudden it's like when paddle was just started and we was like, okay, well, don't we do it at the beach? So we set up a paddle thing at the beach and it was a success. Or we started, I got involved with the sales teams to where they were trying to figure out how to get sales up. And we came out with like an incentive program we did it first in our distribution area and then it became national. When we're doing it's like, hey, if we want you to push certain brand, you got to hit these numbers. And if they hit it, they get a trip. And then I will take him to like, let's say Puerto Vallarta and we take the whole Holiday Inn and 400 guys. And my job was to make him enjoy it and want to go back and do it again. And I think they're still doing that now every year.
So what is it about you, dude? You just went through like more jobs than most Americans have had in their entire lifetime right there.
It was right time, right place. I guess, man. Like I said, I wasn't planning all this.
Hold on. Think about this, though. You had to be doing something, and I know you hate talking about yourself. You had to be doing something where when people saw you, they decided that they wanted you. They wanted you to help them. What do you think it was?
I don't know, but I can think of one story. So when I was doing that sales stuff one time, I put together, we had it's like a go-kart, professional go-kart place. And I took the guys. So the top of the sales got to race. So we did a professional race. They're all, no max and all good to go, helmets, whatever. And we set it up just almost like a mini Formula One thing. And what happened with that, my highest job in the brew company happened because this guy tried to cut off one of the salesmen and told him to get out that he was going in.
Uh-huh.
And I literally grabbed him and told him, dude, you're not doing this. He earned this. Get out of the cart. and that was the owner of the company. Well, or second, or one of them, whatever. The guy was high up.
So you're confident.
Yeah, well, I thought it was. So my boss comes in and is like, "Hey, you know who that guy was?" I'm like, "No," and it's like, "They call it the devil." And I'm like, "Oh God." But the guy was like, honestly, like one of the main guys for the whole company, and so we did it. It came back, and the guy comes, is like, "Dude, you pulled him out of his own thing. He's paying for the whole thing." And I'm like, "Well, I was brought to do this for these people, and they earn it.
Yeah.
He wants something, I'll do that. I tell you what, it's like, give me 20 minutes. We grab all of you guys, all the managers who share at him, and we'll make you a race, and you can have it. He has his moment."
Hold on, so just for clarification, Frank just poured himself a beer and you took it from him.
Oh. No.
I mean, that's my way of relating it, right?
Got it,
The
yeah.
guy who paid for it was in the car. He was like,
Oh, shit, did I?
Hey, so just for clarification, basically it's like someone being here and Frank pouring a beer and then them grabbing it from him. Hey,
Yeah,
that's my beer.
But that was my last day there. I thought, I was
No
gonna-
shit.
Oh,
yeah, I thought I was
kidding.
going to be fired.
Yeah,
you weren't.
Yeah,
No,
Oh,
so
they
my
kept
boss,
you.
this guy called the boss and told him that he wanted me in Mexico City in headquarters, and he wanted me to do more.
So give me your craziest. Are you still doing hospitality at this time?
At this point, I'm doing MC and stuff for marketing.
You're doing MC.
Yeah.
Give me your craziest like hospitality Puerto Vallarta as you leave that part behind. What's the craziest story from that place?
I made my wife doing it.
You met Jen.
Yeah.
Did you go back or was that during that time?
Well, so
Am I skipping around?
no,
too much? Oh,
this is
yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
So I
Go
got to
ahead.
Mexico City and I'm doing this stuff, and I started doing a lot of like major fairs and things, like the size of the mid-state.
Oh yeah.
And I was doing exclusives and things like that. So I will be. I was also hosting rodeos. I was the guy like doing horseback MCing and stuff like that for the big stuff,
Yeah.
which was a lot of fun. And I was engaged to be married to this lady in Mexico.
Oh,
And
just getting good. All right.
well, yeah, no, she was
gonna
good
get
for my
better?
friends. In my travels, she decided that she wanted to try different pastures, and I found out. So we broke up.
Okay.
Yeah, so this kid gets good, and when that happened, my performance went to shit. Can I say shit?
Yeah.
You can.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it's mierda if you're in Mexico.
Yeah,
Is that
caca.
right?
Yeah, no. So I started not being myself. I started having a hard time with everything, and my boss is like, "Hey man, what's going on?" It's like, you need to take some time off. And this whole time that I condensed into a couple of minutes, it's been like 7 years or something like that without me taking a day of vacation because my job was pretty much vacationing.
You're kicking ass. Yeah. you're
Yeah,
just getting after it.
so I took it. So I went back to Puerto Vallarta. It makes sense, right?
Ah.
Yeah. So I go back to Puerto Vallarta and I'm there for like a week and a half, and then I'm trying to figure out what to do. And I see one of the guys that I trained how to be an MC and PB before I left.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "Hey, I got this gig at this hotel. Why don't you come with me?" And I'm like, "Screw it, let's go." So I got there. We started partying, and I kind of took over the pool a little bit and started having a good time. And then I see this lady in the zebra suit, and I was like, "Hey, zebra lady."
Zebra lady.
Yeah, so I finished my thing and I walked over, and she has no interest, obviously, and she thought I was too outgoing or something. I don't know.
What?
So I came in. It's like, "You work here?" I'm like, "No,"
Hold on, you panicked?
but
Or
I
you-
can. It's like, "Yeah, but I could put some on you, But so I come in and I just know what to say, and then she looks at me, and like I said, my English was never really good, and I was like, "Hey, lady, nice tits."
You
And
definitely-
she's
you-
like,
You
"Ah."
can say tits.
Yeah,
I did say.
Oh, yeah.
I did. Can I say that? Well, that's what I said.
Hey, that's what I said.
So anyway, I
Fair
said. So I said, "It's like, hey, lady, nice tits. They look like chiclets."
Oh man, you
Hold
are
on, that
knocking
worked?
it out of the
After
park. I
all
gotta
the pickup lines I've been trying to
Bro,
I was
it worked.
practicing.
We've been married for 25 years. So she started laughing and she's like, "What did you say?" It's like, "Yeah, they look like chiclets, like super wide and square and shit." And then she's like, she was just like blush and
Yeah,
trying to
like
figure
me.
it out.
She's gonna be doing that right now when she listens to this podcast.
We're not telling about this.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
No,
So
she knows.
our
She
secret.
she
All
still
right.
laughs about it.
And what
But
did she
anyway,
say?
so well, I'm like, "Hey, let's go out, blah blah blah." And then she's like, "Dude, we're leaving tomorrow. I'm with a group of people. there's no way. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? Nothing. It's like, hey, why don't we go and do some racing? Because I have still the contacts of that stuff. And I'm like, I'll take you all, your whole group. It was like 6 people. And I'm like, we go to do the go-kart racing. We'll set up a whole thing. And basically did what I did for the sales guys. And they knew me, so they just threw it together for me.
Oh, yeah, the VIP.
Yeah.
The VIP
So we
experience.
run, and I let her win. No, I didn't. But we were going. We had a good time. And we stopped, and at the end, we kissed. And I was like, hey, man, what you doing here? She's like, dude, I'm leaving tomorrow. And I'm like, don't leave, man. Let's hang out. And she's like, are you crazy? I'm like, yep.
I think
And
about you
she said
in
yes?
the summertime.
Well, I told her, don't worry about it. Here's the deal. What time's your flight tomorrow? And she's like, I don't know, whatever. Let's say 10. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to be at the airport at 8:30. If you decide to stay, I'll show you Mexico.
Whoa, dude, that's a line right there.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell Martha, if
Yeah.
you meet me outside of California,
That worked once, dude.
You-
That thing is going to happen again.
I'll show you Paso Robles, girl.
Yeah.
You meet me at the brewery.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'll show you the walk-in.
So you just walked away after that? You just
yeah.
waited?
Yeah,
And
no.
then
So,
waited
so
at
I
the
went
airport?
next day, and she actually comes in, and she's all nervous, and I'm like, "What's the big deal here, girl?" It's like, I mean, you're an adult. I'm an adult. I don't have to go back to work in a bit.
How old were you?
I was like 23.
Okay.
How old? Oh, we're not asking how old she was.
She's 10 years older, bro.
She
It's
was?
okay.
Oh. Cougar.
No, anyway, so she was like, everybody's telling her she's crazy or whatever. I'm like, so what's your thing? And she's like, well, you know what? I don't know you. We're not gonna be having sex or anything like that. I'm like, no.
Hey, girl.
Girl.
Look at me.
What's
I'm
that?
like, dude, 2 beds. You have
is
your own
that?
side on your car, and it's like, okay. So,
Dude, you are a salesman.
dude, so I
You-
rented. Hey, dude, I was better looking back then, and I rented it. I
We
rented
all
it.
were.
It's the mustache.
We all were.
So I rented a Jeep, and we did this thing for almost a month. We called Next Day, Next Down. So we basically went to the next beach, and I'd show her basically the whole Pacific side. Every day we went to a different beach and just hang out.
She stayed for a month?
Just about, yeah.
Holy
I had to go back to
shit.
work.
This story, all right. So
And your
hold on.
vacation was a month?
Hold
I
on.
probably overextended a little bit.
So
Rightfully
just,
so.
just for the ladies out there, you can go visit Mexico, meet a good-looking young Mexican dude,
DJ,
travel,
MC, yes.
who's got the hookup on everything,
And beer.
travel for a
Golf cart
month,
race.
and somehow end up with a good-looking son living in Paso.
Shazam.
I can't wait to
A
hear how
girl
this
can
turns
dream.
out.
Oh, no. So it's crazy.
So different town, different town,
different day.
different
Next
day.
day, different town.
Next day, different town.
So we did that for a bit. I was very respectful. I told her, hey, listen, man, here's what's going to happen. We're not going to have sex until you ask me to.
We
Greg?
don't have to probably get into all that.
Well, I'm just telling you because
No,
like,
I
I
believe
was
it.
waiting for you to say something
That's-
funny right there. That's like your
I
part.
feel like Jen's going to listen to this.
we're going to
and,
live that. No, it's true. It's true. So
No, I believe it.
There's-
I believe it.
She knows what she's getting into, Frank.
That's
I don't
true.
think you
A
have to
month
worry
in
for her.
Mexico.
I'm not the one to stay back in Mexico.
Yeah, shit. All right, let's go. Fifth gear.
Send it.
Anyway,
All right.
so I went back home and to work. She went back to the U.S. She lived in Santa Cruz area.
Yep.
So we started doing. I went back to work, and I'm still traveling and stuff. But we were hooked, man. I mean, we went together for a bit, and I didn't speak great English, and it didn't matter because we didn't argue about stupid stuff. We just had good conversations and talk about happy things and whatever.
Yeah.
And
Did
then
she speak Spanish?
no, not a lick.
Not okay.
Didn't
No.
you tell me a story about you getting stranded or something and getting beer from somebody?
Oh yeah, that's awesome. So when we're doing the Jeep, hey, heads up, guys. When you rent a Jeep in Mexico, the 4-wheel drive is disabled.
What?
But at least when I took that shit, because I put it in and I'm like, hey, let's go here, wood, to the frame, and I'm like, crap. What are you gonna do? It's like, I don't know. This thing has like insurance. We can just leave it here, I guess. But we're in the middle of nowhere, and then I see this bus coming in at a distance, and I'm like, started like waving, SOS in, and there's like 30 Mexican dudes on the thing, and I'm like, hey, come here. He's like, can you help? He's like, hell yeah, we got it. I'm like, hey, honey, I saw a deposito, the beer thing over there.
Yeah.
I need you to go get me a shit ton of beer. Okay? It's like, okay, hey guys, you help me, I get you beer. She comes back with 6-pack. And I'm like, honey,
For
they're
30
gonna
guys.
I'm like, they're gonna kill me.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I went back and I started trying like basically how to say 2 cases of beer. And then she came back with 2 cases of beer and they pulled us out of that thing.
Oh,
But yeah.
So you had plenty of adventures.
Oh, dude, there's plenty of that. I mean, we met so many people. We had so many stories, but
That's
you know,
like a trip of a lifetime. Like
we still
doing
talk about it, man. It's like we did a lot of stuff. Not gonna get into that, but we did.
that. Yeah, Frank's all sensitive.
I know. I'm sorry. Yes. No, but I mean, we did a lot of just being spontaneous and fun. You know what I mean? And while staying safe. I mean, we dodged a lot of problems because we were crossing the state lines and we were in some place that probably shouldn't have been.
Okay.
But it was always positive.
Oh, yeah.
And after that, we just did the back and forth thing for a few months. And then we were, but it would be like that. It's like, hey, you want to meet in Guadalajara? I just say Guadalajara to skip a bunch, but when we met in Guadalajara and we're sitting, we're in a hotel, and in the morning the phone rang, and I'm like, it's important. So it's my brother. It's like, hey, turn on the TV, and it was 9/11.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's supposed to fly home that day, and she didn't get to fly. And that's kind of one of those things where it was like, oh shit, well, how are we gonna do this? So I'm like, hey man, you can stay with me until because they closed the borders and it was you remember it was
everything
Oh,
else.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
it was a horrible day. But so after that we kind of start putting in our head, it's like, hey, what we would do, how are we gonna do this? And then we got deeper, and one of those times I just couldn't help myself and I proposed, and I'm like, hey dude, just come to Mexico, you know, we're gonna have a good time or whatever. And she's like, oh, why don't you come to the States? And I'm like, what am I gonna do over there? And they're like, I don't know. So I came and visited a few times.
Santa Cruz.
Yeah, in Santa
Yeah.
Cruz. Yeah, we actually had a little place in Capitola together. And I skipped something. My wife was in her divorce trip when I went. Yeah.
Wait, when
You're even more gangster.
Yeah, he's like, what are you doing here? I'm celebrating my divorce on my cha-chin.
Hold on. You saw a wounded fish out there and you were like,
yeah, oh yeah.
Dynamite, baby. It's like. Anyway,
hold on. Can I just take a time out? This must be what it's like talking to me all the time.
Oh, 100%.
Because I got so many questions on these stories that
You just let them go.
you gotta let them go.
You just let
That's
'em
what
go.
you guys do with me.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I love it.
I love it. Oh, I'm finally getting a little bit of my own
Yeah,
medicine
this is great.
because I want to say 100 things here, but it keeps getting better.
Better.
Oh, all right. So go back to your wife, to your success, to all your jobs, because I do want to touch on this.
oh yeah.
You said you don't take no for an answer. Describe that.
So I came here and like I said, I was doing all this stuff, marketing and things and sales and whatever. And I was very hyper confident, right? So I came here, so I put my suit on and started trying to get a job. I had a permit for work. And I went to Couch and everybody that sells beer, and I tried to do all this other stuff. And he was like, no.
And you're in Santa Cruz.
In Santa
now.
Cruz,
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
And I tried, and it's like, well, am I gonna do this? And now I'm like, hey, Jen, you know what? I'm just gonna do anything, right? So I'm gonna go. Not trying to be anything that has to be the retail, just any job. And she's like, no, you're not gonna do that. She's like, you're gonna find something you want to do. Don't sell yourself short. You know, that kind of stuff. She's always been super supportive woman, man. She's awesome.
that's
I
great.
love her.
And once again, you're reinventing yourself again. at
Well, yeah.
this time,
So
right?
it was clear to me. It's like, I'm not gonna do sales, and I'm not gonna be selling beer, and I'm not gonna be, running stadiums for MCing and intros and all that. That was over. And I
New
figured-
country, new language, new culture, everything, and you're just still grinding.
I'll tell you a little story. So first time I walk out of that place in Capitola when we got there. Well, before that, when I got in, she's like, okay, I'll drive. I was like, no, I drive. Well, apparently you have to stop and stop signs here.
Yeah, it's frowned upon if you don't.
So I blew the
They're
first.
just suggestions in Mexico.
I blew the first stop, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Don't yell at me! I just got here." And so, first thing, then I'm like, you know what? You drive, this is too much or whatever. But it's like, I mean, I got off in San Jose, right? So there's
Yeah.
like 6-8 lane highways. I've never seen one in my life. I think like once the first time I saw was Chips, But anyway,
Oh, great
so
one.
I let her drive, And then I get here and I don't want to drive because I was like, I didn't have insurance, this and that. And I asked, cause like, hey, would this be problems? I was like, yeah, that's cool. And we live near the beach. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to the beach. And she's like, hey, just go that way. It's about a half a mile. It's like, oh, no problem. So I start walking, get to the corner and I'm waiting cause I can't cross the damn street. And then the lights change and I can't get there. And then this kid about 3 years old walks with mom next to me. They're holding hands, and the little kid looks at me, looks at mom, looks at me, looks at mom, and goes like this.
Like
light change. It's like, I couldn't cross a damn street.
Son of a bitch.
Dude. That culture shock, first one. Stop signs and everything that has to do with traffic, I guess. But yeah, so I had to learn all kinds of stuff.
Or you'd still be standing on that corner right now today.
Well, I probably would have ended up with people giving me money and I would have discovered something new to do. I know people that make a living that way.
Yeah, no, all you need was a sign. Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Anyway, but yeah, so culture shock and the such. So I started trying to figure out what to do. And one of the things, when I was a kid, I used to volunteer type thing at the Red Cross in Mexico. And that's one of the things I always wanted to do that I never got to do. So I started looking at new careers and stuff, and apparently to be an EMT only took 100 and something hours. So I figured, why not? It was tough. I got in. I didn't understand anything we had to do with anatomy and physiology. So when I started going to classes, well, first I went and they told me, hey, dude, with your English, you're probably not going to pass this class. And I'm like, okay, watch me. So
Tell me I can't. Tell me I can't.
no.
Basically, honestly, there's no bull on this one. And so I started doing it, and I got a recorder. So I used to take my classes and put the recorder, and whatever I miss, I will, go back or go, hey, Jen, what are they saying? Half the time she didn't know because it's anatomy and physiology stuff that she didn't know. But we got through it, and then went from there. And then I ended up being a paramedic for 20 years and teaching paramedic school for about 12.
Wow.
Yeah, because one of the ways that I learned, that's how I did basically everything, was that to learn it better, you teach it.
Yeah.
And that's something that I did from my beginnings and shit. So that's what I did. And then, so basically that's how I started. So I started working in ambulance transport, and then I saw all these fire guys that had it better than me, and I'm like, I want to be like them. So, but I still have, my English was not good.
Yeah.
It happened quick for me, but it was bad. So they're like, I want to be a fireman. So I had to go take fire classes. So I tell Jen, I'm going to go, but I'm still a foreign student because I had a visa and everything, and I had a work visa, but I wasn't a resident of California long enough to where I can get the break. So a class back then was $536 or something like that, 20-something years ago. So I took the one class, and the only thing that can get in was wildland fire behavior, weather, or some stuff like that. So same thing. I do my recorder. It's got nothing on me. I take the class. And back then, for the grade, you used to call, and they will give you the grade on the phone. So my wife is like, what happened? I was very upset. It's like, what happened? It's like, I have a D. Is that bad? She's like, a D? Are you serious?
It's not good.
And she's like, it's time to find something else to do. And I was like, dial that thing again. And she, it was a B.
Bog.
But anyway, I went from there, and I just took over from there, man. It's like I was able to do that class, another class, what have you. The paramedic thing helped me. I saw the fire thing. I did it's called the Monterey Peninsula College Fire Academy. I was like the top academic.
It's still there, right?
Yeah. And I got my first recommendation for fire was the guy that run it. And then I got a job, and I put my time there for a bunch of years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty damn impressive, I will say, man. You just
lucky, man.
came from
there's no
deserts
luck
of
there. That's
Mexico.
drive.
Yeah, the deserts of Mexico to Puerto Vallarta to smoking hot wife traveling across the country to
With nice chiclets, yeah.
to a new country, to gathering up new skills, getting hired. I don't know how the hell did you get hired? You don't speak English. You must have some really good pants on.
I had this thing that my wife and I used to call my no thank you suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I took about 26 interviews.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You just wouldn't take no for an answer.
No, I
Like
just
you
learned
said.
from all of them. And every time I took an interview and I did say something stupid, I'll ask what it was at the end because I kind of knew I wasn't gonna get the job. And I'm like, hey, dude, give me some feedback. I walk away, and I always use the feedback as fuel.
Good for you.
And then I just kind of stuck to the same. So I live in Watsonville all the time, and I stop and I talk to a guy who just knock at a random slider, and it happened to be one of the battalion chiefs, one of my mentors. The guy is amazing. He was behind me the whole time, and ask him what I had to do, and he will tell me what to do, and then I will come back. For example, like he told me go to get the EMT because I was only a first responder. I went back because hey, here's my EMT. Now what? It's like, well,
Hold on. So you went up to the battalion chief's house.
no, they had slider in the office outside.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. I thought you went to his house.
I'm not stuck here, dude.
That's gangster. But you went up to him and kept saying, "What do I need to do to get this done?" And then he would tell you. And
Yeah,
then you
so-
bring your ass right back
so at
there
one
and knock
point-
on the window.
At one point, I come back and it's like, hey, I have my EMT now. And it's like, well, we don't need EMTs right now. So he tried to like wash me off. And he's like, go become a paramedic. I'm like, okay. So I came back and I'm like, here's my medic card. And I'm like, shit. Yeah.
We need an
Excuse me,
astronaut.
sir.
Yeah. So he,
You need a Stanford degree.
yeah, no. So then
I'll
he's,
be right back.
then he's like, well, we're hiring, but we can't put people through the academy. So I put myself through the academy. I came back, go, here's my thing.
Wow.
And then he's like, what do I do now? I was like, well, we can only hire reserves. I'll take it. So I started as a reserve for a little bit. And that was, a reserve paramedic for a little bit. And the first opportunity he hired me.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Good for you.
Dude, hell yeah.
And then from there, it was, again, just right place, right time type stuff. I started just working towards the next thing because I always was like hungry of what can I learn, what can I do.
Yeah.
And they had this thing, it was like a tuition reimbursement thing that I will max every year. So everything that I can get my hold of training, I'll do it. And then for the most part, I will become an instructor. So I got up to a point in my first 2 years in fire that I had 5 jobs.
Yeah. But hold on, I want to keep pointing out because I know you don't get a lot of time to sit down. Like this was therapy for Frank and I when we first started, and now we're used to it is you don't get a lot of time to reflect on what you did there, and you basically just continue to apply the formula of I don't give a shit what else is going on. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to acquire the skills that's necessary. I'm going to put all 100% of my efforts into this, and I'm not going to be pushed aside by failure. I'm not going to be afraid of it. I'm just going to keep returning. I'm
Gonna
going
go
to
like that.
so good,
What
and
next?
they can't ignore you, you know? And you, by the way, it's consistent since you were a kid. You just continue doing it. And we've seen it now in front of us, so that's pretty impressive, man. You
Well,
know,
and you're hungry for education. You're the true lifelong learner. You just want to keep
Acquiring
getting better
skills.
and better. But I got to add, you sacrificed a lot to go through all that. And you forget about those sacrifices because of the success. But I know there's sacrifices.
late nights,
in there.
early
Yeah.
mornings.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, when it was class in school, I will not sleep much because I had to get it done. And it was, like I said, it was what will take somebody to read 10 minutes. It'll take me 2 hours. And but it made me pay much more attention and stuff. So I was actually pretty successful academically. Eventually, I graduated college with honors. Well, high honors, actually. But it was not easy. And like I said, my first class in college, my first few, I had a recorder, you know. So it's
And
just,
that would have broke most people. Well, that's the drive you had. You wanted it. That's
oh yeah, I
impressive.
know, man. Well, the college thing, I did it late, man. I did it through like COVID or something because I wanted to show my kid that it was doable. Because I never needed it. I mean, I was already a fire captain. Well, another reason too is because I wanted to be a battalion chief, and you needed this degree, so I went and got it.
Mm-hmm.
But I really, my main motivation was like, I really need to show my kid that education is possible. You have no excuses, you know.
Lead by example, right?
You're right. But yeah, so that's what's gonna went.
So after all of that, you just killed it with the people part. Like I feel like I just traveled with you all over, and I'm sure there's more stories.
Next day, next town, baby.
Moving to the Pines,
I'm ready.
after all of those skills, what do you think your craft is? What are you best at?
Learning, teaching, respect people, be compassionate. Everybody goes through hard stuff. You can't, especially when I became a supervisor was my biggest thing. It's like, I'm always watching, and I still do it. It's like, how do I not want to be? You know what I mean? I look up to people that I want to be like, and I look to people I don't want to be like, because I don't want to, if I don't want to be like somebody, I try not to be like them ever. You know what I mean? It's like, it goes back to even with my dad. I have mad respect for my dad. I have nothing but positive things, and he gave me a lot of stuff, but he was too tough. You know what I mean? Maybe helped me to be who I am, maybe not, but I just kind of made it my point not to be like that with my kid. You know what I mean? I had to be more approachable. I gave him the same love my father gave me, but I changed a little, I tweaked things, right? Mm-hmm. And I did it like that with everything else. I do well with feedback, whether it's good or bad. And it happens throughout my life. But especially, I think that's why I love my career, was because people just tell you. You know, it's like, you don't have to ask. You're going to have a performance eval every year, and then they will tell you what to do, and you can either take it wrong or take it right.
Yeah, so many people, though, take it personal.
You can't. But to me, it's like, my goal was like, that thing's got to say that I was respectful, that I was compassionate to people when they were down, and that I made people better. You know what I mean? It's like, my job is like, from the beginning, when you basically in fire, it's like, you the first one to get up, you're the last one to get up. I mean, to go to bed. Then I became an engineer. I was the first one up and the last one down. And at captain, I even moved that 30 minutes each way, because I wouldn't get to my problems and my paperwork and anything on time. Everybody was done, because somebody was going to have questions.
Yep.
Because I was a teacher, and then people, like my bosses had a lot of, for whatever reason, I got the projects. You know what I mean? It's like, we all have projects.
We know why you got the projects, because you got that shit done.
So what I will do,
we want him. He'll get it done.
Yeah. So I got the projects, and we would just finish, late, and then we'll let him finish, and then I just always put that first, and he's like, we're gonna get yours done. Are you done? Go to bed, and then I will do my stuff. And that just kind of like always came back, like, hard work, learn, eager to learn, eager to help, positive attitude, that kind of thing. That was my main things. Like, that's why at some point I stopped teaching, because I kind of felt like I lost that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like, dude, I'm not going to do it just to teach. You know what I mean? I did it. I overextended myself. Like I said, at one point I was teaching in 2 paramedic schools and a nursing school, and I was fire. You know what I mean? So I overdid it, but it was what I needed to do at the time.
Those are some big teams. So tell me, what do you think makes a great team? Being a captain, being in charge of people, and what are the components of a good team?
I just think that my main thing is, like, you have to know every job and just do it. You know what I mean? It's like, pick up the slack when it's needed. That was the biggest thing for me. That's why it's like, I wanted to do the best of everything and all of that, because I always told people, it's like, hey, I know you're ready to learn it, but you have any questions, I got you. I know you're going to do it, but if your plate is full and you're going to, let's prioritize work. And if I have a little extra, which I never did, I would like, I'll help you with that. So I had to stay on top of what the other jobs I wasn't doing anymore, to try to be able to fill all those gaps. That way we can keep it going. Because otherwise, we have to, one of the worst things you can do is when you think you're going to go home and you can't, because somebody dropped a ball. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the mentality that I actually put to everybody. And but then it is so cool to see too that things like, about a month ago, one of the guys that was one of my best buddies that we worked together and stuff, and he just called me and says like, hey man, I'm going to retire. I carry your name right. You know what I mean? That's one of the coolest things that ever happened to me. You know what I mean? It's like, I got still people that give me a ring, and it was like, hey, Cap. They still call me Cap. And I was like, what's up, man? And it's like, hey, I am taking to this. They're telling me that they think I'm ready, for this, and just take like basically like a step up temporarily, see if I can do it. It's like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, dude, can you do it? Yeah. Then go for it. I was going to say something else, but you know what I mean? It's like, you got this, man. You know what to do. It's like, just be kind, be nice. Don't get comfortable. Being nervous is good. That means you care. And just treat people well. Because even if you F up a little bit, people are going to see that you're doing it out of your heart, and somebody's going to have your back. So I would have had it.
Dude, those skills are few and far between. I hate to say, people let all the bullshit of life and everything in between their brain get in the way of just doing the right thing. Getting things done, being good to people, like you said. Those are
Don't lie, because you start lying and then it just snowballs on you.
yeah.
This shit.
Well, dude, I'm gonna drink to that.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, I was waiting. Like, what needs to happen to get a drink here?
I just had to save you from you. I feel like I'm talking to me. I
Sorry.
feel like I'm Frank.
A little echo.
Too.
You are killing it. All the things Frank ever told me, now I understand.
I'm telling you, dude, Frank's gonna have like nightmares
I
after today.
love it.
No,
I
I'm just
love
gonna
it.
drink twice as much tonight. So
Yeah.
I
Well,
appreciate it.
join the crowd.
I'm
Join
gonna
the
be
crowd.
better. I'm gonna be better.
I'm gonna be drinking, just thinking that Jen's gonna watch this and nice time.
Yeah, the
Oh,
cheek
you're
glaze
killing
and the
it.
tits. I think she'll love those.
that. It's not even a big deal.
She's fine. Did she'll tell you? Did she tell you about the chiclets? Yeah.
Hey, she married you. She's got to have a little shit talker in her in there because
Oh,
to deal
she
with
does.
you, that you
Dude, she
gotta
goes
have
like this. I
firepower.
just go in the fetal position, bro. That woman's awesome, man. She's been, like I said, the biggest rock, man. The biggest rock. She's always had my back. She never let me, because I mean, talking about this and all the things that went right, we're not really talking about the stuff that went wrong. You know what I mean?
We're gonna get to that. The
Well,
possibilities piece,
Right.
You know?
But I got to tell you, it's like this lady has been the biggest supporter of my life. And I say that with my heart on my hand.
Yeah.
It's like she's just not, if he shuts me down when I had to, whether it's health or whatever issues that I ever had, she's always there and she reminds me who I am. In the support we have and how we made a promise to each other to keep each other straight. So she's keeping the promise, man.
And that's why you have a lot of fun together, right?
Oh, yeah, trust me, we party.
I hear there's like a secret society up at the lake up there that you need to know the handshake to get into, but there's some badass parties up there, huh?
Sir, it's like Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club.
Lake Nazi Fight Club. Dude, I almost got him. All right, let's go
Nice
to the
try.
possibilities. Let's go to the possibilities. And you said there was a low point. You retired from doing all that stuff, and
Dude, that was the hardest, man. I mean, my life had multiple resets, from being really in the low, like not knowing what you're going to eat type stuff to like, getting better and then not knowing what the future's going to be, feeling that ceiling when I moved from the city where I was living and then moving and whatever. But always something happened, it was always like, again, like I managed to somehow call it whatever you want to call it. I don't want to get into the woods on it, but I was put in the right place by whatever, and things worked for me from there. I mean, it's almost like I just had to be shown the door open and then I'll kick it. I mean, that's how I felt. And then retirement happened, and to me, it had to do with unfortunate accident type stuff, and I wasn't able to keep doing what I was doing, and I wanted to keep doing it. I was what I love. I mean, it's like I wasn't ready to call it. I always thought I was going to do it on my own terms, and to not get too deep on that, I didn't, and it didn't happen. So, on top of all the stuff that comes with what I did, and I mean, I also had I was getting depressed and stuff, and that sort of thing. So I started doing therapy. It's like shout out to my guy. I'm not gonna say his name, but I'm telling you, he pulled me from some bad places, man, and God bless him. It's like I tell everybody watching this, you ever need help, ask for it from the right person. They can help you out.
even a guy like you who every time I see you, you have a bubbling energy and you're just on fire and excited about the world. It gets to everybody, you know.
You just don't know what's gonna get you. And to me, like I said, it's like it was not on my terms. And like I said, but crazy radical in my life, I always somehow managed to get through something. And this was not under my hands. It was beyond anything that I could do anything about, and my career was over.
Yo.
So that's definitely my low point. And like I said, I asked for help. My wife being super supportive and all that other stuff. I ended up in the hospital for the best part of 3 months and stuff like that. Had a ton of surgeries where I went on there a few times, and every time I had to say goodbye because I didn't know I was coming back, type stuff. So that's in the past. That was my low point.
And you learn from that. Just we got to control the controllables, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
things
for
that are
sure,
out of
for
your
sure.
control. It's undue stress. It's
And most of the stuff that I did at the beginning, at least from the initial steps, because I want to fix myself to go back. You know, it's like, because that's what I do. That's who I am. I mean, you kind of, to me, I was that person. You know, it's like you just become somebody, right? So I've been a lot of things in my life, but at that point, I was Eddie Carro, the fireman. You know what I mean? And it was just who I was.
It was your identity.
That was best. Thank you. That was my identity, and then my identity got taken away from me. And that's how I felt. So, that was a tough one.
And the hard part is, people, now that you're out of it, and I love seeing people at their highest level, is when you make that your identity, the only way for you to be happy is for somebody else, which you can't control, to give you that identity back.
Right.
And if they don't, then you literally have no control over your life anymore, until you decide that that's not important, that you're moving forward, that you're going to do something else. And that's a really, really tough thing for people to do. It happens to... look at all the people that happens to. Institutionalized prisoners, kids who graduate from college who need a job, adults who their kids, Frank's been going, through like a phase where his kids are moving out. That kind of stuff is like a life stressor. People who retire, like you said.
Getting out of the military.
Yeah, getting out of the military. Those things are like major shakes to people's core, and so that's not uncommon, man. That's commendable.
I tell you that, and you mentioned them, and I just, that's one of the things that I thought the most. I was like, there are guys, like, to me, I was a civilian and doing something. I have a lot of respect for you guys that got out of the military, because it has to be more, harder for you guys than it was for me. And that's what kind of my vision was. It's like, people do it. You can do it. You know what I mean? It's like, that's how I had to put myself in that mindset. It was like, hey, there's people that go through worse stuff and they're okay. You got to find a way to be okay. And to me, it was like I said, I seek help, and it helped me. And then we got through it, and it was, I'm telling you, when it was bad, it was bad. We're talking about like three times a week therapy, to like two to one, to once a month, to whatever, to where like, now I call them to say hi. You know what I mean? It's like, but I had, the thing that came out of all the things is like, hey, you have to understand that's, again, what you say, you have no control over it. What can you do? What will make you happy? What will make you feel like you're doing something positive, to where you have some sort of a positive impact for things?
Yep.
And I think I found it.
And what was there one thing that just switched it, or was it a series of things?
Well, it's a lot of no's, man. It's like you got to that point again. It's like, okay, what am I gonna do? It's like, I didn't want to go back to teaching, because I said, once I moved on from it, I was like, hey, do I want to go back to that? Do I still have that fire for it? And I didn't feel it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about it, because I had the credentials and all stuff, and talking to the person I was talking to says like, hey, it seems to me that just talking and being and doing what you were doing, you're just trying to go back to it, and you're going to be kind of like this hamster wheel. You're going to be messing with yourself. It's like, is it the time to move on from it? You know what I mean? It's like, if I was going to go back to something that was easy for me, like go back and teach EMS, or go back and teach some fire classes or whatever. It's like what most retired firefighters do, right?
Yeah.
Or go to a private job or whatever. It's like, I was going to keep up, like poking at that thing that bothers me. So I say, screw it, it's over.
And you reinvented yourself again.
It ain't come easy, dude.
The mustache is in full effect right now.
Well,
right?
that's the thing. So it's, you got to the point, it's like, what's next? What am I going to do? And I was like, well, what can I do? It's like, most of the stuff, my identity was fire and rescue and all the stuff that I did. And then I was like, so you have to go back. It's like, so it was either going back to hospitality of some sort, and I wasn't going to be doing the bull thing or the whatever. So one of the things that I tried, I went back, actually did some more training for like bartending and things. I figured, hey, that's something I can do. I can talk behind the bar to people and, make a buck or something. I tried, dude. I applied in a couple places, and then I just couldn't get a job for whatever reason. I tried. And then I was like, okay, maybe I just go do, I'm like, yeah, I was good at IVs. I was just going to go be a phlebotomist. So I took the phlebotomy thing, because it was easy for me. And then I tried to get a job, and I couldn't get a job as a phlebotomist.
Oh, you finally hit some no's.
Yeah, well, the
No,
thing
he
is like,
hit plenty of no's.
Yeah, you hit some no's. Yeah.
yeah, but thing is like, so I go and it's like, you did it, yeah, you have this, yeah. So I go through
so
3
you
levels.
can do IVs?
Not anymore.
Oh.
Don't ask him,
Frank was about to invite you on his
I need you on a
his
Saturday
next
morning,
Vegas
brother.
trip.
Yeah, no.
Or just in case.
No, we don't. Yeah. Not anymore. But anyway, so it didn't work. And then it got to the point again, I had to like be like, okay, what's it going to be? It's like, not your control. I tried my best. It didn't work. And I was like, what am I going to do? So I went back one more level. And that's when I was doing the MC stuff and the such. And I figured, screw it. It was here. It happened, actually, because I was trying to figure out what to do. I'm scratching my head, having a nice little pale ale.
Yeah.
Remember those?
Bring back
Pale
the ale.
ales. Pale ales.
Free the
Frank.
pale ale. Free the pale.
You got to earn that, motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. What does a man have to do? So, anyways, I was sitting there and I was trying to figure out what to do. And I'm not joking here. It's like, okay, maybe try to do the MCing, this and that. And then your wife actually was like, hey, Eddie, what? It's like, you speak Spanish, right? And I'm like, yep.
Yep.
And then she's like, hey, we went to
In
Fresno.
Fresno, we
Yeah.
used to go to Lotería all the time. Yeah, heck yeah.
It's like, hey, you think you can? I'm like, yes, I can. and that's how I started.
Yeah.
You know,
and you're kicking ass.
no, dude, I am so grateful to you guys.
Crushing it.
I'm so grateful because again, it's I don't know, it was the right place, the right time, one more time. You know what I mean? It's like, and I had to make some out of it. It's like I'm gonna make it my mission to do. I'm hoping not to have to reinvent myself again.
And-
You know,
and-
if I don't have to.
Once again, from behind the scenes, we step in there because we just know you from hanging out with your great guy, having a beer, you know, things like that. And then you say, hey, I'll do this. And, you know, as a business owner, you're kind of like, oh, man. Let's
Sure you
see.
can, buddy. Have another beer.
We don't know the background. Yeah, you know, it's like.
You should have started with a PV
shit.
story.
Are we sure we want to do this? Because you don't know.
I don't tell that story that much.
And
Well.
guess what he did? He kicked in the basically his formula. He kicked in the Eddie success formula and
Pack the place.
showed his ass up early, bought all the equipment, got a logo, marketed himself, sang his ass off, did Lotería, and brought the house down. And you
We're still
are
doing it.
still doing it.
Still
I
doing
hope so. I was like, shit, is this an intervention? It's like,
it. By the way, we wanted to tell you something.
Do you need a contract?
yeah.
Oh no, you're kicking ass. People love it. You're starting something new, and once again, you just increased. You know, we're helping each other. That's the beautiful thing. That's the Cal Coast community, right?
Nah, man, it's like I'm so grateful. It's like I say, we started with that Loteria. We ran strong pretty much every Tuesday since March to December of 25. So
Yep.
Solid.
I mean, I was so happy to see it. In December, there's people that came and gave me like Loteria car shirts and the blanket. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was just kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was like, dude, thank you, man. But my main thing is like, and it's just the serious part of it, I'm gonna say is you give me a chance, I'm gonna do you right. I'm gonna do the best I can to represent you, even though we're the same team, but it's your company, you know. But I'm not going to be the guy that brings your company backwards. You know what I mean? It's like you put wind in my sail, we both are gonna push forward. That's how I feel.
and
and
that's
that
that
we feel the
compassion
same
and
way.
respect
Yeah, hell yeah.
that you've always instilled. Yeah.
And
No.
those are the people you want to surround yourself with, both ways, right?
Yeah, no, I tell you, this month felt weird because you know, I took that trip to Costa Rica. It was awesome, by the way. But I came back and I'm like, what are we gonna do? But hey, stay tuned. No, what is it? March.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
gonna have a bunch of stuff
Oh,
going
yeah,
on.
we're
It's
gonna be
gonna
back.
awesome.
We're gonna get past this rain a little bit, but we're
Yeah.
gonna have you back and kicking ass.
Dude, and well, then the whole thing. So it started with, you know, hey, you speak Spanish and Loteria, and then the thing started evolving more to the DJ thing. Some things that I skipped back then is I actually used to DJ with vinyl back, because it was just part of things, you know, and I had to relearn all that stuff.
And now you're doing weddings and
Yeah, I just
right?
booked my first wedding for 2027.
What?
27.
2027.
Yeah, I'm already booking into 27.
Nice.
And a graduation party 2026.
Yep, 6-6. Yeah, I
Building
remember.
the brand
Yeah, dude, I'm excited. Like I said, I just got.
in Frank's backyard. Your neighbors are gonna love that.
Boradoris, baby.
Oh, That's right. Save the date.
Yeah.
Save the date.
Wait,
Oh,
wait.
I think we just invited everyone.
Hey,
Oh,
You
yeah.
need to DJ and bounce.
Panion
Yep.
graduation parties go off.
no. Anyways, but so the thing started kind of evolving towards DJing, and it's like I don't have. Can you DJ? Yes. Do you have the equipment? Yes. And so I had to go buy all kinds of stuff, and then when the events started getting bigger, I had to get a trailer, and I have an equipment trailer. But I got stuff now that I'm going to Santa Barbara, San Diego.
Shit, you're all over.
Thousand Oaks and a couple other places that people are like now willing to have me come and they pay for my travel so I can go play.
Good for
Dude.
you.
So I'm very stoked.
Oh, that's awesome. Good for you. I got a question. What's the most hated requested song for a DJ at a wedding? What song do you hate to play?
I don't know, man.
Like,
Whatever
don't ask me that one.
the one that is just in the middle of transition, you're trying to figure out. They come and tell you that you have to give them attention, and then they come back and they have this banger in their head. And you are like have a Bible, you go toom, 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 you know, just doing your thing, and everybody's jumping. And it's like, hey, can you play Neon Moon? And I'm like, I love Neon Moon. Not now. Yeah. To me, it's like, I don't care what you want. It's like, but I tell people, it's like, when it fits. And I always go back to it because I tell you have
Read
to,
the
like,
room.
yeah, it's like, you just have to be able to tell no. And people hate it at times, but it's like, it's got to fit. But I will say, like, the one that's like, everybody got the banger right. It's like, I know how to make a party happen, you know?
Yeah.
So it's
What
like,
is that? What's
and
the
then they
party banger? No matter what, it never fails. Hit me.
I get a lot of Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars?
Yeah.
Put your pinky finger
To the moon. Yeah.
Yeah, Frank.
But again,
what you
I love
gonna
Bruno
do?
Mars and stuff. But I mean, we're like,
Never heard of him.
what's your name, little girl? You know what I mean? It's like you're
Yeah.
like rocking out, and then
All right.
they was like, play something else. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, it sounds like that's a lot
I
of
thought
damn
that was
fun.
going to go on a lot longer.
Dude, it was. It
You
was.
too.
All right,
No,
what do
no,
you
no,
got,
you
Frankie?
I feel
too.
the vibes, Frank.
Yeah.
I feel the vibes. I
I
had to
thought we
stop.
were going to have a whole DJ session right there.
Probably.
I have a question for you. How did you find out about Calcos? What was your first step into this establishment?
Oh, easy. I used to come to Santa Maria Brewery a block away over there.
Yes, sir.
And I became a member with them, and it was kind of cool, but never the right vibe to me, honestly. I mean, no offense to the people, but it just never felt like a brewery.
Yeah.
But they had some really good people there. I remember her name. I don't remember her name, but it was just, like a shorter woman. She was really cool, fiery, just good to watch. You know, work and happy and just great service. She was from somewhere else, but so I remember that all of a sudden she was working there. And there was one of your locals here. I don't remember his name. I will make a point to remember his name because I don't like not knowing it. But he was there, and we both came because we always said, where is she? He's like, I don't know. She moved on or something like that. And the guy is like, boom. He's like, well, I'm leaving. I was like, where are you going? Going down there. What is it? It's a brewery over there. It's called Calcos. And I'm like, seriously? No shit. It's like, yeah. I was like, I will go. And then I remember Jen and I walking in, and it was pretty new. You guys were just starting, I think, because you were here. Marta was here. I think my first beer was poured by you and Marta.
Dude,
Yeah,
the A team right there.
yeah. and then
syrup.
and then it was just got the vibe that I lost over there. You know what I mean? It's like that's whole. It's like, hey, somebody actually. It's not like it just hey, how are you? It was just like a. You're here. Let's keep you here. Come back, feeling. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, grateful. Grateful.
And I don't know if I put it right or not, but that's how I felt. And ever since, man, it's like she's like, oh, we're gonna come back. And then I remember the other thing that I appreciated too wasn't like a quick like, hey, we have memberships. You know what I mean? It was like it kind of evolved. It was almost like it went 2, 3, 4, whatever.
Yeah.
And then eventually it was like, hey, you guys are coming more. Did you guys plan it? So it was very organic. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a heavy sales pitch. Let's go.
No,
that
we
was-
were not selling timeshares.
Right.
No jet skis to offer.
Are you guys married? Yeah, to each other. No, but anyways,
cool.
I'm just being honest. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
so,
no, we
so
appreciate
that all of that felt right to me, and then we just became members, and then we just hear a lot.
Yeah.
more me than her.
The community grew. Yeah, it grew on its own organically. Like you said, the people take care of the people around here.
People
too.
talk, dude. It's like I said, that guy just told me, and not tell everybody I know. I mean, everybody's like, wait, where you gotta go in Paso Robles? You gotta go to Calco's, the best place in town.
Yeah. In our business, that is bigger than anything you can pay for, any billboard you can put on or ad you can put on Instagram or anything like that. People feeling compelled to tell other people you got to go check this badass place out, and you can't fake that.
No, and then and again, it's I saw that ghost, and now it's evolving to where just like, you know, I actually kind of do stuff here. You know, people sometimes may think it's like, hey, you know, Calco's awesome, and have you seen that guy Eddie? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
You own Tuesdays here.
You're famous, dude.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
own. What do you mean you kind of do
Dude, the
things
beans,
here?
the
Yeah.
beans are everywhere. Dude.
yeah,
Bouncing
I
off people's
know.
heads.
He's like, you clocked my. Anyway, I let it go. I let it go. I was gonna go there. I was gonna go there.
All right.
You're an OG. I wish back in the day I got to hang out with you in Puerto Vallarta. It sounded like a
We can
freaking
always go
party.
back, man. We still have
Yeah,
contacts.
I don't know if my liver would
Oh, shit.
hang, but
Well, Brush is in here. He'll take you up on
Yeah.
that for sure.
you are definitely one of the OGs. We appreciate you coming around here and helping us. And the biggest thing I take and I highly respect out of you is you've kind of built your life on compassion, respect, and just being a lifelong learner and not taking no for an answer, man. And for you to travel from Mexico to here to establish a successful career and just keep you honestly could have just retired from the fire department and been like, I'm done. But you just want to keep going. And that's very commendable.
It helps me, man. Like I said, just making people laugh and have a good time and getting that feedback energy, it helps me.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing something good for people.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've been at the beginning of my shows, one of my shows, but I call my shows, by the way.
Yeah, dude,
But,
you
They're
do
your
thing.
shows.
But
Do
what
your
I
thing.
tell
You are the
people
show.
every time I start, I tell them this is like, hey, my job today is for you to forget about the troubles of the world for 2 hours. I want you to just be immersed here, have a good time, forget about everything, recharge your batteries, and then go home and do whatever you want.
Hell yeah. How do they get a hold of you if they want to look for you?
Yep, yeah. There it is, mceddie805.com.
MC.
That's it. Yep. Check me out on Instagram and all that, of course.
Yeah. All right. Well,
He'll
cheers,
bring
my
the
friend.
party.
Cheers. Hey, thank
Appreciate
you guys.
you.
You're the best.
Hell
Thanks
yeah.
for all the
Cheers.
opportunities.
Thank you.